Hi, my name is Penny Lebyane. I'm a broadcaster with ETV in South Africa. I host the daily breakfast show called Sunrise. I've been in broadcasting for the past 21, 2 years almost in South Africa. I got into broadcasting from a community radio point of view, so developmental approach to broadcasting has been part of my journey. Worked with programs like Life, which spoke on HIV and youth empowerment, really imagining an AIDS-free generation. And being a woman within that space with sort of like a kind of a mindset where you really are into the issues, and it's not just about being a celebrity as much as you're expected to be a celebrity and carry the glamour that comes with that, but having substance and speaking to the issues of the day can be a bit alienating, especially if you are really in a space where you want to build and develop, because a lot of times it's easier to become an investigative journalist and then your beat is to fight corruption or bring those in power down, whereas if you're about building up from communities, it doesn't make look sexy and commercial for a lot of like commercial entities. So you sort of like, that's my challenge, is that then you find yourself in a space where you're really about building and developing people, yet at the same time you don't want to be caught up in the glitz and glamour that comes with that space. So they're very far and few personalities who really carry themselves like that in the space that I find myself. I've done radio for one of the biggest commercial stations in South Africa, but it being part of SABC, which is a national broadcaster, it always has to have a developmental mentality, But you find that a lot of times, just because it is part of SABC and there's a public mandate that comes with that station, a lot of people within that position don't understand what that it means, and I think for me it's realizing the power of being a face that comes with being on television and having a platform, whether you're on radio or what other media platforms you have, but being a voice is what's important to me, being able to help people tell their stories and really do it so with authenticity, not because it's just a story that can fill up content for me on air. And in terms of my future plans, I would love to get an opportunity to go study and advance myself, and I have a dream of like hosting a African talk show conversation where African men and women can connect authentically, genuinely, not because we're trying to meet some funder or some sponsor or some quarter that speaks to a particular issue about us, but to collectively have a conversation as Africans from south to north, east to west. Imagine the kind of Africa that we want to have, from how we want to raise our children, to the kind of schools we want them to go to the kind of young men and young women we want to raise, and how we can build on the legacy and the vision of what our forefathers left, so we can sort of like tell a new story about our continent going forward for the next 50 and 100 years to come.